All right. What is up? James is here. He's excited. Everyone's here. Thank you guys for coming around for the live Hangout Q&A stream. It's been a little bit since I've done just a Q&A stream. I've done a live Hangout stream pretty frequently at this point. It's become an ongoing series that you guys seem to like because it's just kind of me coming in with a couple things I want to talk about and then mostly just kind of going off the chat, seeing what they want to talk about and everything. So thank you guys for being here. I just got done recording a Patreon YouTube membership show, so you guys will be seeing that very shortly. I'm going to upload that when this is done. And James decided to lay in front of me right now, so that's where he is on the keyboard. Well, not really on the keyboard, but in front of it. Uh, Thank you guys for being here. We got King Shadow, Quentin, fellow member and friend. What's up? Lucius in the house. The King. What is up, man? Long time no see. Resident Evil rocks. His channel's amazing. Thank you, man. Thunder's Productions, another fellow member in the house, rocking it. Cam and May, what's up, brother? Shadow King Shadow's always here first, so he was the first one in here. Robert West, Leon, YouTube, what is up? We got Shadow Man, another fellow member, longtime supporter. Wiz, Scoundrel on YouTube. We got Justin Bird, Andy from Biohazard Declassified. What's going on, man? We got It's VB, another member in the house. Back from the dead. What's up? What is going on? Carlos Gaming, another fellow member and friend in the house. RE2 first person is coming along nicely, says Leon. Milfman, what's going on? And yeah, we're all here. So thanks for coming in. Smash that like button. That helps me out tremendously. And Thunder's Productions coming in with the first donation of the stream with the $5 Canadian. Says, yo, Ant. Yeah, we'll talk about that once James gets out of my way here. Can I read the super chat, James? Can I read it without your tail being in the way? Can I read it? These people are sending me chats. I got to read it. Come on. Right here. Come on. Right here. James. Down. Come here. All right. So let me read the super chat now. He always does this when I stream. He always wants me to give him attention. But he knows when I stream, too, so it's kind of funny. It's like he knows. So he'll be lovey, and then he'll sit right here on my chair. Thunder's Productions. Let me read that again. Yo, Ant. Congrats on the movie getting funded and surpassing the goal. Yes. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Keeper's Diary is funded. This is the first time I've gone live since it getting completely funded. I did the podcast with Andrew and Charlie. That was done the other day. So check that out if you haven't yet. Talk all things Keeper's Diary and just film and some behind-the-scenes stuff with the original Resident Evil. Just like a really great conversation. One of my favorite episodes. And yeah, I'm going to get into the Keeper's Diary in a few minutes here because that's one of the things that I've been obviously involved with that has been kind of going around the RE community that everybody should know about at this point. And the funding's still going on, so there's also that. But yes, so there's still about like 6 days left, 6 or 7 days left. And I'll get all that posted on here as well. We have 47, almost 48K. 596 backers, 6 days left. So there you go. It's an incredible moment in the history of RE content creation for sure. But yeah, so I'll get to talking about that in a little bit. Let's see here. Sweet Trim's in here. What's going on? Hope you're well. Final episode of RE Containment Series is almost here. I'm not sure what that is, but awesome. There's a lot of things I'm not up to speed with when it comes to that. Or some of the other mods or other series that are going on. But yeah, the summer of RE is coming to a close here. Because we are already at the end of August and it went by like that. And man, what a crazy summer it's been, in a good way. It's been very busy, a lot of traveling, and because I kind of mentioned this in the upcoming Last Survivors podcast that you'll be seeing. But yeah, it's like springtime and like the spring and summertime kind of went by kind of like a blur. It was very fast. But all the key points that I remember, all the positive experiences were all from, going to the UK, just being able to work on, the content that I wanted to make, obviously, despite all of the PC random problems and stuff that I had kind of in the beginning of the summer. That kind of altered a little bit of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a little bit more proficiently, efficiently, I should say. That's the word I'm looking for, if I can talk today. But that will change soon in terms of you guys have been donating, and I've been obviously saving to try to get this PC ready to go, so I can build it in the fall. So that's obviously going to open up the door even more. And I'm still good on this PC. I could still work, but it's time to upgrade. I need to get more updated stuff and be able to do more. And obviously the reason why it started to have problems from the beginning was not even because of a virus or something random like that. It was basically an electrical storm, or electricity problems that happened from a lightning storm, I should say. So lightning, electricity problem, and then basically it was all electric based, and it fried some stuff. So I had to worry about that right when I got back from the UK, and then it was me just trying to obviously bring back some stuff on the channel, do some streams. Code Veronica was a really fun one, so thank you guys for everybody who showed up for that. And yes, Carlos is right. Smash that like button. I'll get into that, Milfman, in a little bit too about the filming process. Yeah, smash that like button. We got Rio in here. It's a top tier fan game series. You got to check it out. All right, I got to get in the loop with that. Exca Theater, what's up? Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the kind words. And yeah, it's been a kind of a blur, of events. It's like certain key trips happened, and that was amazing. And then it was like, random crap happening that's out of your control, yeah. So, and then, yeah, everything kind of happened really quickly, and, the summer went by really fast because, yeah, then by the time July was done, in early August, Andy started the Indiegogo for Keeper's Diary, and like he just mentioned, it was funded insanely quick, and that's just thanks to everybody in the community and everybody that is really serious about seeing this thing done and wants to see it done, and they know what we're doing is supposed to be a very serious collaboration, so yeah, so the beginning of August had the Keeper's Diary. August was pretty much all Keeper's Diary, basically, in terms of like we really needed to hit that goal if we even wanted to see filming, happen at all. And so, that was very fun. Obviously, I finished up Code Veronica, I finished up Silent Hill 2. And then the Indiegogo thing happened. And now here we are at the end of August of everything being all said and done. And we're walking away at the end of a summer with a RE-inspired fan short film that is now going to happen thanks to the community. It's the first time I really talked to the live chat about it. I know I talked about it in the podcast, and James is excited too. That's why he keeps circling my microphone as I'm trying to talk. I know. But we got it funded, guys, and I kind of talk about this a little bit on the other show too, but it was really a crazy kind of even going on, because again, I didn't really mention anything until I knew exactly I was going to be helping out with the project. We were at the Resident Evil Challenger meetup the second time. We went to the UK, which was just an incredible trip. It's always feels like a home away from home, honestly. And being able to meet everybody and fans, and whether it was people who knew who I was or didn't know who I was, it didn't even matter, because we're all there for Resident Evil Challenger, and they were like the longest running RE YouTube channel ever, going back beyond that, just Google video before YouTube was even a thing. So it was a great celebration. and Pablo was there, and it was an awesome thing. And uh, you know, that was able that kind of opened the door. I don't know, Andy was there, and he had his he had his pitching hat on. He was ready, and I was among that, like of the people that he talked to about Keeper's Diary. And I knew what it was. I knew of it. I heard of it. I think at that point, the trailer and everything. Um, I've seen clips of it, and then we watched it later at Nuji's later that week when we did the stream. But it was at that moment where I didn't necessarily know what was going to happen with if I was going to either be involved or if I was just going to be able to come around on set and stuff like that. And it was we went back, and it was more conversations happened. It was like we did the Dice Lock stream, and Andy was even talking to Nuji about that, because Nuji's an amazing cinematographer, award-winning filmmaker, documentary filmmaker. The list goes on. I look up to Nuji for sure in terms of just as a filmmaker, and then also just as a content creator, because I've been watching RE Challenger since I was a kid, and I don't want to make him feel old if he's watching this, be like, oh no. But you know what I mean, like I've been watching RE Challenger for years. I mean, so just being in the presence of everyone and everything, it was a crazy time. And then this being brought up within that, it was an amazing thing to hear. And then obviously once everything kind of went on with those, that initial kind of like, okay, we're gonna set all this stuff up. It was like the next month or so, it was basically Nuji hit me up and was letting me know, like, hey man, I think we're gonna do this, but I want someone to help me with being a camera assistant. And that's basically what I will be doing, helping on set as a team. There's multiple moving parts, and I've been in, similar to what Andrew mentioned, who's the writer, director, producer. We were talking on the podcast about how, yeah, like a lot of times when you're in a filmmaking situation, especially when you're doing stuff DIY and maybe stuff isn't funded like the way this is, you have to do a lot of things on your own, whether it's building sets or shooting it, directing it, doing the lighting, doing everything, the sound. I mean, these are things that filmmakers sometimes just have to take the L on and do themselves, because it's limited people, limited resources, right? But that's not the case for this project. This project is a thing where Andrew can focus on the directing side of things, and everyone will have, a moving part within there. So the filming is going to be taking place in late October, and I will be driving out to Michigan, which is about a 13-hour drive from South Jersey, which is where I'm located. And, that's nothing. I can sneeze that fucking drive, because I just drove, 10 hours to South Carolina there and back this summer. So that's nothing for me, especially when this opportunity came and everything fell into place. And Andy was like, we're going to do this. And like I said, it all from those conversations and the networking. And Andy was able to link up with Pablo during that interaction, because when I met up with Pablo, I think it was last year when I went to the UK for the first time, we had lunch and stuff like that. And it was an amazing experience. And then I was able to I kind of threw it to him. I was like, hey man, if you want to come by this RE meetup, it's happening at the blah 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 and all this stuff. And but obviously it was like too soon. I kind of saw him that week, but I said, hey man, he said next time we'll try to, he definitely was interested. So then I gave him contact with Nuji, and then all of a sudden it was like he was able to talk to him and get a reply, and he's in the UK, so then he was able to show up there at the meetup. So it's just a cool, like, that definitely was a random occurrence of like, what are the chances of Pablo being in the UK, and then all this meetup stuff happening in the UK, and a lot of people involved in this project are from there. So it's like it all kind of just made sense and fell into place best people in the right places going to be, yeah, exactly, just best people in the right places. And yeah, it's going to be, an ultimate RE collaboration for sure. And I'm very excited to be involved in this, because it really is a dream come true. And it is the ultimate RE collaboration that is kind of applying itself to not just like a podcast, not just a live stream, not just a video, but something that is an RE inspired fan film off of the Keeper's Diary, off of that iconic diary entry that we all know and love. It's and bringing something that we know that the community, the people that spent their hard-earned money to fund this project, we're going to give you guys something that is, it's going to be better than what Hollywood has given. And I know that for a fact. Like, I know that we are going to approach this with, there's nothing that we're trying to, to pull here that is, oh, we're going to make it action. Like, we're going to make it like Paul Anderson's jumping off the walls. We're going to make it, this weird congested movie that's 2 games in one and all this stuff. Look, it is just a short film, but within that short film time, we are going to give you everything we got as, filmmakers, as people that, just love this franchise. This, it's what it's about, and the time is now. The perfect storm is now for everything to kind of fall into place, like Andy was mentioning. And it was time, it was time. Like I said, we were all like, that's why I think this last UK trip was probably one of my favorites, because it was like, the networking and everything that kind of went into just also just talking to awesome people like yourselves within the community that are just fans or like what we do. And, just like, just the ultimate dedication, because it's a 27-year-old franchise and counting. And, it has fans far and wide from all over. And it's just incredible to see that response, of people that, again, like Andy mentioned, it got funded so quickly. And it really shocked us, and coincidentally, when I was recording that podcast that night, I set it up ahead of time when I was away with Charlie and Andrew. And coincidentally that day, I took a nap, I woke up, we were going to record that evening, and then it hit funding. So when we recorded, it was like, we hit it, so it was definitely a crazy, like, kind of pinching ourselves moment. But now it's time to get to work. Now it's time for us to, really, put our 2 cents in with this live action, side of things that Resident Evil has definitely fallen flat on multiple times and has disappointed us. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, Crisis, what's up? Aaron, what's up, buddy? And Andy says, for so long we have been constantly disappointed with the movies and the series. Now it's time for us to step it up, make it happen. Let's really see if the fans can do it better. This is the perfect test. Exactly. Perfect test. Even James is here. But yeah, perfect test for us to, really try our hardest and make this something that we know fans are going to be, going into this with all their previous knowledge and all of the previous stuff that we ourselves have gone through with Resident Evil. We remember those memories. We remember those experiences. All the ones that you guys have had in the community. We're not just some like suit in Hollywood or in these, big studios that, oh yeah, Resident Evil, I've heard of that before. And then like they're throwing their 2 cents in and all that crap. Yeah, it's going to be something that is better than that. Matt Kilburn, what's up, fellow member? Says it all fell in the right place at the right time and glad we were patient. Yeah, exactly. It takes a project like this, like, just something from the fans' heart. And again, I always say that when I'm talking about this project, but it is from the heart. It's not from, we're doing this for nothing. This is a nonprofit. We're not obviously affiliated with Capcom. We're not greenlit by Capcom. Capcom did reach out and just to see what was going on, to make sure we weren't, stepping on any toes with the IP and stuff like that. And Andy, being the savage that he is, typed him up a nice professional email and obviously explained everything, and everything was good, But, we're even on Capcom's radar, which is very, very, crazy in my eyes, because they might have heard of our channels before, but that's just very interesting. And I know they're reaching out on behalf of them, seeing, hopefully they're not, doing anything with our IP, but no, this is just a fan film based off that Keeper's Diary from the original Resident Evil, that file that everybody knows. And this is something where, again, and even like Andy says, I had complete faith we would hit the goal. Yeah, I mean, you have to. When you're doing this, when you're putting everything out there, and obviously Andy threw together that Indiegogo page very well, and really explained and laid out everything that was going on. And it was, people were going to see, like, oh shit. And then they saw the teaser and they were like, oh shit, people started talking about it. And that's the power of using social media productive, using the internet productive, like the fact that we could reach out and just talk to people and share things, because people just don't use that stuff. It was like, again, like that, the whole process of us kind of like, again, kind of reeling it all in. And like what Andy said right here, Capcom thought our adaptation was so authentic, they reached out to us to check that we weren't them. So it's like, we're trying. Like, we are trying to do this, and it's like, being on a like on a project like this, again, will really make us kind of be put in that world of Resident Evil, where, we are so familiar with that world of Resident Evil. We're going to bring that through Andrew's vision as a director, through the cinematography that, is going to be going down, through Nuji's eye. Like, it's like we're encapsulated in this world of Resident Evil day in, day out. When we play these games, we talk about them, we cherish them. And now it's like we're bringing that world onto this camera lens, or this computer monitor, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Like, when we're like bringing it to you guys will be seeing this. This is a piece of art that is just coming from multiple avenues of love and experience from the franchise. So I think that's one thing that is going to be really, really showcased here, is that we are going to bring that world of Resident Evil to you guys, on a big TV screen, on a big screen, however you want to watch it, on your phones. People consume content any which way nowadays, and we're just going to make sure that you guys see it and you love it. And thank you, Aaron, as well, for the kind words. Really appreciate that, buddy. It is going to be awesome. We're going to make it awesome. Dragon Ball Radiance in here. What's up? Liquor Sandwiches in here. Fellow member, what's up? Thank you guys for being here. Yes. So, yeah, I just, wanted to say, like, I am still in shock, that this is happening. It literally, like, less than 2 months, I'm going to be driving over there and we're going to be shooting this thing. So, yes, I will be on the project. I will be a camera assistant, and I will, for anybody that's asking in the chat, and that will be, and we'll be, again, making this thing look as good as we can to capture that feeling, that dreadful feeling of Resident Evil 1. Of course, Resident Evil 1, the original, and even remake especially, but even the original just has a certain vibe that, is very unique. So we plan to capture that. And yeah, I'm sure we'll get more first person mods, Leon, for sure, if you're talking about the game mods that are working up, being cooked up. Dragon Ball says, how would you implement Rose in the future? Okay, so we're getting into those other questions here about Rose. I wouldn't really implement her much at all. I would probably just use Chris from now on. Like, just let the winter story kind of be done, So yeah, that's because like I mean I would want them to implement Chris, just write Chris better than you did in Village. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I would go about that. Um, but yes, so because I just think like the Winters, like especially with the Shadows of Rose thing, it's just like all right, just let it be done. Or as Metallica said, let it be written, let it be done, right? Andy says, in less than 2 months, I'll be boarding a flight to Chicago, going on a mad road trip to Michigan with the gang. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is so killer. And yeah, I know it's going to be literally in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting. And I will be driving through that middle of nowhere. But I'll be able to meet everybody. I'll finally be able to meet JJ, who I've known for over 10 years. I've been doing podcasts with that dude since 2013. So yeah, 10 years. So this will be a really cool time to meet him. I already met Andy. I met Andrew and Charlie through chat, obviously through Discord, through our podcast, but I haven't met them in person. So yeah, this will be a really cool just chance to work hard, work very hard. But man, that celebration when we are done is going to be stupid. Because that is going to be like, talk about a toast or a night at a bar or something. But man, when we get across that bridge, so to speak, and we get that thing done, that is going to be a crazy, crazy achievement in our lives, man, and like a crazy moment in everything that we do. So yeah, I'm still just blown away. I can't imagine doing it with a different crew, and I can't imagine a different a different time of this happening. Like if it was before or a few years ago, like I feel like there was still, we're kind of in that like in between of not like knowing where the RE movies were going to go and everything. But like what Andrew said, like as soon as those credits hit for Welcome to Raccoon City, Andrew was like, no, we've got to do something. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like the time is now. Like it's perfect. It's lining up perfect, and there will be a lot of content opportunities out there outside of Keeper's Diary. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I plan on doing it. Like I like to do an in-person podcast or interview with everyone or everybody that I can, or just do interviews. Like there's going to be a lot. I mean, I don't know how much time we'll have outside of the filming. That's how I will gauge pretty much how much I will be able to get done. But I'm not worried about that. That's we'll get around to that extra stuff when we get there. Like we said, we're just happy that we're able to get out there and film, and it's going to be a very very busy. I've sent you something special to check out. It's a section. Let's see. You're welcome to check it out. Show on the stream or whatever. Oh, okay. Cool deal. Or the previous text. Okay. Let me see here. I want to make sure I catch up on the chat here. I know these guys are excited in the chat. It's awesome. Appreciate that, Andy. Let's see here. No more bowling punching Chris. Yeah, hopefully not, Matt. Chris in Village was a parody of Chris actually was. Yeah, Liquor Sandwich. I don't know what that was. Like, it just didn't really seem like he was utilized, correctly. And the writing was just all over. B5 wants to make a suggestion. What's up? It's going to be nice to have an RE movie that you're not embarrassed to watch in front of others to show. Yeah, we're just going to we really are trying to set the fucking bar, I think that's the I think that's the one thing that I think a lot of people they're wondering, how we're going to set this bar, and we're going to set it pretty damn high. Not only for just RE inspired films, but just any kind of video game, live adaptation film, anyone that's taking it on. how the fans do it. Danny, what's going on? Thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate that. Just waiting for this thing to come through here. No worries, Andy. Yeah, so obviously keep your questions coming in. I'll just keep shooting the shit about whatever. I just wanted to obviously talk about just how thankful and grateful I am for this project and how it's happening, you know, just also just the fact that we have, you know, so many people that are just dedicated and passionate to obviously donate to the perks, and you still can give to the project. So I'm going to post the link in here yet again. I know you've seen it a bunch, but here it is. Let's see here. I just want to put this. Because every little bit helps. If this thing wants to type here. Boom. There you go. And that is the link. So there's still 6 days to go. $47,933 American. I mean, that's just incredible. That's fucking bonkers. And there's still perks available. So, and stuff you can get your hands on with 6 more days. Again, we hit the, every little bit helps, you know, like the goal was 40, and we're up to 47, almost 48. So that's like incredible, but it all helps. It all gives it the extra polish that we need, helps with every little bit expense that we have, because, you know, this is just stuff, you know, this is just a short film. So it's not like we have, you know, studio backing and investors and stuff like that. This is fully funded by the fans. All right. So, all right, Andy. So Andy, I can send this on, or I could put this on the stream, correct? If you want me to put this on the stream, let me know, because I can show you this. It's kind of like an animation. Kind of gives you an idea of the shots that we're going to be doing. But I'm going to see if I can put this on here, and then I will show you guys, because Andy's sending this over. Absolutely put it on stream. Sweet. Okay, so this is a, if you don't get chills, I'll cry. It's amazing. All right, so I haven't seen this yet. I actually have not seen this yet. So this will be a first-time reaction. So shout out to Andy for being the man here. And let me get this on here. Let me see. I just gotta make some adjustments here. And this is kind of give you it, just a, you know, just an idea, a preview of how we're going to be shooting it, but it's just through animation. So it's kind of going along with, I'm sure, the similar storyboards that he has planned out, Andrew. So let me do this. And again, when I see this, it's going to be through the eye of a filmmaker. So when I watch this, this is basically setting up kind of what we're trying to do, what we're going to try to show in our film. So let's, YouTube, I know. YouTube is like, what's going on? This fucking shit. Okay. I'll get back to the chat in a second. I just want to set this up correctly. One second. See if I can. Okay. See if I can fit the screen. This thing is not, hold on. This display capture, sorry about that. I want to make sure this is all properly cropped for your viewing enjoyment. I don't want this to be botched at all as I'm trying to show this. Boom. All right. And now, there we go. Let me get, if I can get myself on here, that'd be great. Let me see here. No, I don't have, sorry about this. Professional as it gets, chat room. I don't know why. That's all right. We'll just play this, and I will cut back to, I was going to try to get my reaction on here, but I don't know why it's not doing it. But it's fine. All right, so this is a Keeper's Diary animation, the hallway. So just kind of picture this as we go about our filming process, trying to capture some of these scenes this way. So here we go. It's Jill going through the hall. Man. Oh yeah, the master of unlocking. Oh man. Yeah, that's like, that is absolute chills, man. Like, it's just, we're going to be bringing this. We're going to be bringing this. I mean, that's the best way I could describe it. We are going to be bringing this. And that just gives you an example of the kind of stuff we're going to be shooting. And again, these sets are all built, like, you know, they're all being built and will be built to perfection, to really bring out that Resident Evil feeling, that Resident Evil vibe. This is Resident Evil. That is Resident Evil. Exactly, Andy. Exactly. It's just like, between the music, what you're going to be seeing from those built sets. And of course, if you go on the Keeper's Diary page, you can see all of the behind the scenes stuff that they did for that first teaser that they shot, building the sets. And that was all Andrew, just being the artist that he is, and working with stuff. And that's what you have to do when you're trying to do everything to make it as accurate as possible, when you know that, okay, all these key things are pivotal in making a Resident Evil film. Like Andy said, that is Resident Evil. There are certain things in our brains that we associate with Resident Evil, and that's why those things are, when you're making a film like that, or like this, I should say, it's that attention to detail is going to be there. Now, yeah, I'm getting a lot of good comments in here. Thank you guys. Thank you, Andy, for sending that, showing that, because yeah, that was an awesome representation of kind of what we're going to be trying to pull off here with these shots. And let's see here. I know a lot of you guys are commenting here. B5 says a suggestion is to have a thank you video. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure once the funding is done, we are probably going to have some kind of video come out, because it's technically not done yet. Like, we reached the goal, but like once that final number drops and the like it's done, then we'll probably have a proper thank you and everything. We've already been kind of doing that individually on social media and through videos and live streams, and that's also why I wanted to live stream today, because I also wanted to, like, just also say thank you, and also just kind of shoot the shit with the chat, catch up, with the chat, and celebrate. You know what I mean? We are looking with the extra funding to try and get a set designer involved. Andrew will do a great job, but a set designer will take it to the next level if we can make it work. Yes, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like every little bit helps, every little extra helps. And for something like that, yeah, having a dedicated set designer and set builder, like, that's going to take a lot off of Andrew's shoulders when it comes to, he could just really try to focus on directing, like he was mentioning in the podcast. So yeah, there's a lot that I'm excited. I'm just excited, guys. I really am. I can't. I'm just over the fucking moon, and I'm still, again, pinching myself every day that we got it funded. Like, and this is happening, and like we said, the hard work starts now. Now it's time to get to work and craft this thing as best as we can, and it's time to do this thing. So thank you guys for obviously hanging out today. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just thanking you guys for coming in and hanging out, because I know it's kind of a little bit earlier than when I normally stream. But let me see here. So we got a lot of people coming in. Smash that like button. We got 40 people in here and only 28 likes. Hit the like button, and let's hit the like button for Keeper's Diary, because what the hell? Like, we got it, guys. We fucking got it. We got it. A lot of comments coming in here. I did not miss your comments. Let me just try to catch up here. I have slow mode on for a reason, just because I don't want the comments to get too out of hand, so I can manage them. Let's see. Bit of a tangent, but do you think the overwhelming reception of RE4 Remake is going to make we're going to get more than what was currently planned for Separate Ways? I don't think we'll get more, but I think they should realize that, like, fans probably want this thing sooner than later. So I would hope that if they were to put it out, it would be sometime next year, and at that point they can still announce whatever the hell they want to announce in the franchise this fall, or whatever they decide to do. So I hope so. But maybe that they're gonna maybe look and see, like, okay, we knew this was gonna sell like hotcakes, so let's just do it kind of the same anyway. Maybe that was their thing, because I always thought that the Village explanation was kind of like BS. Like, oh, well, due to the overwhelming response to the Village, it's like, you guys were probably just gonna do the DLC anyway. And you knew Village was going to sell well, just because that's where they were going, with their releases. So I don't know. But yeah, I think we'll still get Separate Ways, and I think we'll get U3 and the cage fight, and I think we'll get all of that stuff with Separate Ways. Regardless of the response, I think they'll just try to do that. But Aaron says, makes me wonder why Resident Evil has had so many live action adaptations. It's been based entirely on a game, and others just the one, or had success, especially of recent. Well, it's weird, because when they always try to base it off of the game or one specific thing, it always seems to kind of get lost a little bit as to, like, they try to throw too much stuff in there. And then when they did the last one, obviously we had that problem with too many games. You're going between two games, and there was too much going on, and that runtime didn't help in terms of, like, how fast it was. Not that we need longer movies, but we didn't need that much to begin with within that hour 40 time point. But how did Ethan get out of the crystal? Or was it supposed to be the ambiguous ending that makes you think? Well, I think are you talking about which crystal? What are you talking about? For Village, this is why the Village stuff is crazy. Because the Mega Mycete thing was all in the consciousness. It wasn't, like, real, in the Rose DLC. So, But at the end of Village, he actually does die when he sacrifices himself. But because he was sucked into that to the consciousness of the Megamycete, he was still there technically. So that's why he was able to like get that closure with Rose at the end and all that stuff. Jill can't do no wrong in my eyes. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be bringing Jill to life again. Um, Two zombies walking out the door is my first jump scare. Oh yeah, it's classic. This is so cool, says the king. Hell yeah. Jeff Grun, fellow member and friend, what's up? Says, hey Ant, about how long would you estimate the movie will run? Since it's a short film, would it be expect at least 30 minutes or so? Um, I don't know how long it's gonna run. I mean, it could be, that I'm not sure. But it could be 15 to 20 minutes, I would say, is probably like the sweet spot for a lot of short films. But, you know, let's see here. The small clip alone is already 10 times better than anything else already put out there in the film. Box office goal. Well, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, we're trying our best. I can't tell. It's going to be like Welcome to Raccoon City, but better. I was going to be way better than that. Let's see here. Nemesis done with practical effects. It'd be cool to see a tyrant done in effect. Yeah, I mean that would be at a lot more higher scale for us to do something like that for a tyrant. But again, never say never in terms of like in the future if there's any other projects or things that we expand upon that get even larger. You never know. It's probably ahead of your guys' plans, but what we would do for a physical release like DVD or Blu-ray? And Andy said it's been asked, but at this stage probably not. We are trying to stay in Capcom's good books, and I think physical media will push it too far. It will be on Row free of charge at launch. There you go. Yeah, it's just for the legal stuff. Yeah, it's like unfortunately we can't have a physical release as much as we know that it would probably sell like hotcakes, but yeah, we can't do that. But it will be released for free. I'm about to start work, says Dragon Ball. A little bit strange that Chris has been trying to recruit Rose to the Wolf Squad. Maybe they should have cut that line. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that whatever they're doing with the Wolf Squad and the BSAA turning evil and like all this weird stuff that they opened up with Village, they got to figure it out for 9 and just streamline the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Do I hope RE9 is going to be in third person? I mean, I would like it to be. It seems they're going that way, but you think the film makes positive noise? Capcom will be open to endorsing a film. You never know. Um, you never know. But I think unfortunately a lot of people, or I'm sorry, a lot of suits and people at the companies would rather do things themselves than try to endorse something like that. But Q and A, I think Resident Evil Nemesis is still the best that we've got. What about you? Um, I mean, yeah, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is still my favorite Resident Evil game, hands down. So, Andy says 15 minutes is the length we are going for. Check the concept, in which you'd give you an idea of what to expect. Oh yeah, the animatic, the whole concept video. Yeah, that's probably the best indication of it. Yeah, so 15 minutes. Sorry, I didn't mean to misquote the time. I said 15 to 20. 15 minutes is the goal for this short film. So there you go. Oh, Ethan's walking next to the car. I know they use that model. I know it was Ethan's model that's walking next to the car, but I don't know if that was actually Ethan. You know what I mean? I don't think that was actually him. But what's up, Jeff M? Joining late. How y'all doing? All good? Yeah, we're doing good. We're just talking shop, talking Keeper's Diary, just thanking the fans, and I'm answering some questions, obviously. So if there's any questions you got. Another cool factoid, our makeup SFX artist worked directly under Tom Savini. Well, that's incredible. That means they went to the school over here in Pennsylvania, because that's where Tom Savini teaches. That's about an hour away from me. That's really cool. I didn't even know that. But that's just amazing because, yeah, Tom Savini's the man. I mean, he worked with George Romero. He worked with, some amazing directors, big time directors, and he's one of my favorite special effects artists. And Friday the 13th Final Chapter is like my favorite of all time, one of my favorite films of all time in terms of the horror genre. And he did the makeup for that. So yes, Steam Gamer, the movie will be uploaded on YouTube on the Residents of Evil channel, so everybody will see it there. Worked under Tom Savini. That's damn impressive. I'm looking forward to the release. Hell yeah. Yeah, so again, horror fans unite. Resident Evil fans unite, because this is a video that will be posted that you won't want to miss. There's several other videos. There's several other films being put out on YouTube every day, but this is one you don't want to miss. Once this is posted, it will be for free, and you can check it out and let us know what you think as fans. We'll get the direct response right under the video, So I think that's what's also cool is like, the feedback is so crucial to making, YouTube videos and content. And obviously the comments section is important to us. And yeah. Plasma says, important reminder, hit the like button, and Billy Cohen's is still MIA. Yeah, exactly. We'll never know where the hell he is. RE2 and RE3 are the best, says Carlos. I mean, I agree. They're the best. I think the original trilogy is some of the best we've ever gotten and will ever get, just because of that, snapshot in time that they were released. Savini used to teach classes in PA at the business college where I'm from. Yeah, okay, so that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, because he used to... I thought his school was in PA, and I'm sure he taught in there. Yeah, so I wonder if who we got for the special effects is went to that specific one, or maybe went to a different one. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to ask them. Hell yeah, King Shadow. And yeah, dude, I mean, that's the one thing. Like, I am really stoked to get kind of get that like the I don't know, the next quarter and then into 2024 is going to be just like a huge leap in terms of like things that obviously we're doing within the community, but also things that I'm trying to do as well, as a content creator, as a filmmaker on my film channel. And again, it really does start with the new PC build that I'm trying to do this fall. So I'm trying to do that, and that's just going to help me a lot more with everything that I do, how efficient, I should say, I have to be with just like editing and getting the stuff out there. And then obviously if I want to, edit a lot more faster, render faster, like things like that. And I could do a lot more mods and stuff like that with the current Resident Evil stuff that a lot of people mod and I can stream. So a lot of untapped content. Dwayne Johnson, what's going on? Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited what the future has in store, and hopefully we get some kind of Resident Evil announcement maybe in the fall. What are the new PC specs going to look like? Well, I don't have all that right in front of me, but I'm in the process of kind of piecing everything together. Me and Perry have been talking back and forth, and I have a bunch of stuff kind of lined up, but I'm going to be obviously getting, I know the processor, the main guy I'm going to be getting is an i9 processor because I love Intel, and that's what this computer's on. It's still kicking strong 10 years later. Obviously, the obvious stuff is weathering on it that happened with the storm stuff I had to replace. But, it didn't give me a problem all this time. So I'm going to go with Intel. I'm going to probably do an i9. Going to try to get a good graphics card in there, too. I'm not going to get something that's so, stupid, where like some people spend overboard and there isn't that much difference between those cards, like that kind of thing. But I am going to be making this a beefy boy, so I'm going to be trying my best to, like I said, I've been saving, I've been trying to, all the money you guys have been donating and helping me with, I'm putting back into that as well. So yeah, I'm trying to, I'm trying to just take the next step, because it's important to have a PC that's reliable and that can do everything that you want. And I'm still trying to grow this channel. I'm still trying to grow my film channel, and I think that will also help do it. So, I'm gonna try to keep working. I'm gonna try to pump out a couple more streams before this month's done. Like, I probably will be streaming every day. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. I'll be streaming Wednesday. I'll be streaming Thursday. I'm not going to say what yet, but I have a couple things lined up that I'll probably do just to cap off August to try to finish strong. So any donations that you have will be going towards the PC, obviously, and hopefully I can build it in the fall time, and we could do this thing. I think RE5 Build the Mansion is going to be next. I think that's going to be the next remake. Definitely. I mean, the end of RE4 remake kind of threw that in our face that that's what they were working on. And so, but me saying that doesn't mean they won't be, ever doing Code Veronica or all that stuff. But like, they'll get to that stuff eventually. That's why I think a lot of people should just, chill out, because we'll have, Code Veronica eventually. But I think 5 is next. It's safe to say. Now, I didn't say 5 is coming out next. I think that 5 is the next remake. I think really they'll probably do something of RE9 and 5 remake. They obviously work on things simultaneously, so that will kind of be, that's going to be what's going down. Ethan went from an ordinary guy taking multiple weapons without any assistance. Well, yeah, he went from a normal dude to a mold-ridden executor. I don't know. Yeah, I'll link my film channel. Absolutely. We have a cool video coming out. My last short film came out almost a year ago, which is crazy to think, but it's a Halloween fan film. Speaking of fan films, I did a Halloween one called The Shape Kills, so you can check that out. But that's my film channel. Jeff M, a bit more to add to the PC build. Thank you, Jeff M. Appreciate that, buddy. Seriously, thank you. Like, all that helps. So thank you so much. And that's my film channel. It's Inocula Productions. And there's going to be, hopefully some more content on there shortly. It's not monetized yet, but hopefully we can get it there eventually. I'm at like 838 subs, so hopefully I can get it monetized and I could start doing a little bit more live streams and other things over there. But films take a long time to make, and sometimes it's hard to get together to do it, especially at the rate that I do it, where it's like, it's obviously DIY. There's very little budget. And some people just do it for the love of it, kind of like what we're doing with Keeper's Diary. But Keeper's Diary has a significantly more, some more backing behind it than I've ever been a part of. Like any film that I've ever been a part of, I've never been a part of a film that's, had that much of a backing behind it. So it's definitely going to be a big step for me. But yeah, so I plan on, obviously doing some more content through Inocula Productions that is just not like just films. I've done a couple film reviews on there, film movie updates and stuff like that. Appreciate that, Quentin. And thank you. Shout out to Quentin. He's the one who designed the logo for Inocula Productions. I'm going to hit you up soon, Quentin. I'm going to pay you to do some kind of commission again for... because I want to try to have maybe like, because we did the Inocula logo, but I was thinking of like maybe having like, you know, where we have the text logo, but I was also thinking of doing another logo that doesn't replace the one that you did, but just that can show up in the beginning of the films or the videos, where it's maybe just an eye or something like, you know, I say an eye and I know it's like very like, well, what do you mean an eye? But like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of like something. I have to come up with some ideas, but I'm going to be messaging you about that, and we can set that up, Quentin. So Quentin also contributed to the logo above my head here, the chainsaw logo, the Summer of RE merch designs, a few of the merch designs on the channel store. So again, thank you, Quentin. Exactly, Rio. Exactly. I'm trying to go really big for the processor. Your Halloween fan film last year was great. Way better than Halloween Ends. Thank you, man. I'm still trying to see if I could submit that to some festivals. Thank you, Build the Mansion, for subscribing. Seriously, thank you. Yeah, I've had that channel since 2007. That's actually my longest running YouTube channel, believe it or not. And you know, there's comedy shorts on there from back in the day, horror shorts, things like that, parody videos. So we've done it all on there, and so yeah. Free 5 p.m. CST Friday. KD celebration on Row. You're in if you're free. Oh, man. Damn, Andy. I'm going to be away that day. Fuck. That's the one day. So I'm going up to a drive-in. It's called the Mahoning Drive-In on Friday. And damn. Damn it. Oh, man. I would have loved to be there for that. Fuck. Damn. Yeah, no, I'll be away for that. Unfortunately, because I got to drive to PA, and we got to leave at like 2 or 3 p.m. Damn. Natalia, what is going on, girl? Good to see you in here. Thanks for coming in. Hope your day's going well. Something like the RE title screen eye, something like that, Back from the Dead, something. Let's brainstorm soon for sure. Hell yeah, Quentin. Damn, I wish I was there. I wish I could be there for that celebration. If I already didn't have like all these plans set, hopefully I can get on there soon and we can chat it up or something like that. Damn, yeah, because it ends on Friday, right? Fuck. Camp Blood, see you there. You're going to Camp Blood, Jeff? See, it's so funny. I've run into Jeff without even knowing that I'd run into Jeff. So it looks like I'll see you there. Yes. Your video of that dude clowning Kanye is funny. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we've done some funny-ass videos back in the day on the film channel. Let's say it's all good. Damn, I'm pissed though, because I'm like, fuck, why does everything have to overlap with what? It's all good. No, yeah, man, that's really cool. Well, you know, just send them my regards of my excitement, But yeah, because I want to be. Damn, I really wanted to fucking be on that. It's all good. I got to go to Camp's Blood. But I'm just doing Friday, Jeff. I'm doing Friday and the Saturday. I'm not doing the whole weekend, unfortunately. But I will be kicking it in the mountains Friday, and I'll see you there. Are you going to be there with the missus? Let's see here. Natalia, what is going on? Big horror guy, so you playing? I've been loving the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. I fucking love that thing. I love that game. That game is fun. It's definitely fun playing with a team. So, this Quentin, you made some dope logos. Yeah, Quentin's the man. I'm learning motion design as well. Might have some cool news coming soon. Well, there you go, Quentin. Yeah, hell yeah, man. And I'll always plug your stuff too. So always send me. Any new stuff you want to promote and stuff like that. If there's just a thing that you're doing, like you just mentioned, just let me know and I will, we help each other out. I've been subscribed to the channel for a while. Love it. Hell yeah, man. You've been in the corner for a while, so I appreciate that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is amazing. I've been enjoying it. Keeper's Diary is going to be sick. So much talent. Yes. Well, there you go. There's going to be a stream on Residents of Evil on Friday, so they're going to be doing that, and that's going to be like a celebration stream once the funding is done. Najib, what's going on? Natalia says, "You got this. I believe in you." Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a wild couple of months going into the fall time, which is funny because it's always busy around the fall, but I don't know, fall time I always get very, very excited, very creative, so I don't know. I like the fall time. I like having seasons. That's why I like South Jersey, because I like having seasons. Still. Speaking of drive-ins, it would be cool to have The Keeper's Diary, George A. Romero's RE, and Night of the Living Dead, a triple feature, a dream come true. It's funny. It's like that's something we could actually do, which is probably one of like the best things, because I've been going to Mahoning for years at this point. But I could always go up to the dude and just be like, hey, could we pull together a film print or something like that? And then, because they do show, I mean, they're mostly 35 millimeter films that they show. They show old school films, but they've shown digital films there. That would be fucking awesome if we could do like an RE fan meetup on the East Coast at the Mahoning Drive-In, and we have them host we convince them to host a George A. Romero Night of the Living Dead original. They show the original. They show some Resident Evil, like one Resident Evil movie, and then they show our Resident Evil movie just to compare. That would be funny. Who knows? You never know. But horror movies and video games are awesome. I mean, it's my bread and butter. So, Sam, I have a show to play Saturday afternoon and rehearsal dinner for a wedding that night. Wedding on Sunday, so Friday is all I can do this year. Yeah, man, it's all good. I'm happy to see you, man. I'm sure I'll see you. I'll just text you, or I probably don't even have to text you. I will probably just be walking around, and I'm going to be like, "Where's Jeff? Where is he?" And then you'll just appear, because that's what happens all the time. That would be rad. I believe you can rent the Mahoning out on an off night. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's what I'm saying. That'd be so fucking cool to screen it out there. Let's see here. Daymare 94 is almost here. That is coming out soon, right? That game looks mid. Ground Zero is way better. I haven't seen any of those games yet. I haven't seen any of the, like, a lot of people were asking me to play Daymare because they're saying, look, this one's going to be a lot better. There's so much, like, just different things I didn't play that are in that survival horror realm that I would love to check out. So I don't think it's going to be a problem, for me to kind of go and check out, like, certain games I don't know, but it comes out on the 30th. Okay. I love the drive-in. We have 3 not too far away from Illinois. Really? Out there? That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, because around here, they're pretty extinct. I mean, we have one in Jersey, but it's kind of lame because it just shows, like, new films and digital projection. But at least, like, where Mahoning is from me, it's about a 2-hour drive. On Friday, it might be a 2.5-hour drive because of the fucking traffic. But we'll see. ACR, what's going on? Fellow member in the house, what's up? Yeah, feel free to ask questions, guys. I'll be on here for probably another like 40 minutes, so we can do a full 2 hours on here. All right. It's pretty scary to think that Annette is still in the body of Natalia from what? From Rev? Talking about Revelations? Revelations. Man. What are we talking about here? Oh, yeah, the drive-ins. Yeah. I'm super stoked about the drive-in. because that's my first time I'll be going there this year, where normally I would have liked to hit it up a lot more this year, but I just didn't get a chance to. So I'll be going there Friday. So I won't be around for that Residents of Evil stream. I would have loved to go on there, but it's all good. Next time. Gowdy, what's up? Good to see you, man. Hope you've been well. Top Gun and Elvis was the last double feature we saw when we went. Pretty good. Yeah, I know. I did really like Top Gun, the sequel. I did not see the Elvis movie, but I will. On Friday, I will be seeing Friday the 13th, Madman on 35 millimeter, which I cannot wait to see because I've seen Friday the 13th final chapter on 35, which is what they're showing. And then Kular, what's up? Let me see what the third film is, because now I'm forgetting. The third film. Neon Maniacs, which I don't think I've seen. Revelations has some of the hardest DLC I've ever played. It is pretty challenging. I've heard good things about Elvis, actually. I got to check it out. Got to check out that movie. Saturday is Sleepaway Camp 1 through 3, which I would have loved to see. Sundays, When a Stranger Calls, Stepfather 2, and Blood Beach. You know, the original When a Stranger Calls is okay. Like, the intro is okay. Stepfather 2, I don't remember much of. Blood Beach was pretty good. But, yeah, Friday is a good night to go. Silent Hill 2 Remake would be an amazing Christmas gift, but the voice actor for James said early 2024. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point they would have released a date if they had it coming out. But we got Alone in the Dark. We got Alan Wake 2. So we do got some survival horror goodness coming out. You know, that goodness will be coming out. Oh, also, guys, I gotta plug this thing right now. All right, so is there anybody in the chat that's looking for a Resident Evil 2 PS1 complete in box and a Resident Evil 3 PS1 complete in box with a Dino Crisis demo? Is there anybody that's looking for that in this chat? Because my buddy, Uncle Bill, from Dead Pit, so he's from Dead Pit YouTube channel, Creepy Kentuckian, Uncle Bill. I've been watching them for years. Again, huge, influences in what I create, what I do. Great guys. Uncle Bill is selling a couple items on his eBay listing, and I wanted to plug it here on stream. So you guys, if you guys are interested, you can, check out the auction. Let me see here, because there's still a couple days left, and I gotta put this on my Discord. So that is the Resident Evil 2 link. It's got the booklet with the warranty card, so it's like complete, clean. In the original case, kept in really good shape, like immaculate shape. Obviously, he asked if I wanted these, but I already had them, so I was like, okay, I'll see if some of the fans want it. And that is Resident Evil 3. So if any of you guys are fans of Resident Evil and you want a PS1 copy, complete in box, Resident Evil 2 and 3, those links right there take you to his auctions. Resident Evil 2 is only up to $20.50, and Resident Evil 3 is only up to $28. There's 4 days to go with each item there. So check that out. And the last thing he has here, which is the big one, this one's already up to almost $250. Oh yeah, ACR. Yeah. Yeah. Just send me send me send me an email. It's the channel name at gmail.com. And it's not the channel's email, so I can give it out. It's just an email for, you know, business stuff, or just, you know, interviews and stuff like that, or stuff that people send stuff. But it's just spell out the name, no, you know, apostrophe or anything. Just spell it out. Don't, it's not LTRE. It's just like, just spell out the whole name. Let's Talk Resident Evil at Gmail. Shoot me an email there, and I will reply. So the third item right here is Silent Hill. So he does have Silent Hill, the original complete in box, pretty much near mint, and it's up to $248 because of the bids right now. He didn't put it up like that. That's just obviously what people like, or what people like. That's what people like to drop money on. You know, this kind of game. They bid some big bucks here. So check out Uncle Bill's listings there. Help him out. But also, if you just want your hands on some good, clean copies, and he's a trusted guy. He's a good guy. He's a good seller. And he knows how to ship shit. He's been doing it for years, so he doesn't, you know, ship things like an asshole. He, you know, takes care of it, handles it with care. So, and I know because eBay's, there's a lot of sketchy people out there, but I just want to say, like, Uncle Bill's reputable. So please check out his listings. And Pentlaway, what's up? Pentlaway, what's up? Yes, I will. I wish I had old classic games and sell them. Yeah, it's funny because I think he wasn't even much of a gamer. I think, but he just had a couple hanging around, you know. But you know, I told him, like, hey man, these go for some money. So I wanted to let him know that he could make, you know, some money if he sold it on eBay. Obviously, eBay takes a cut, PayPal takes a cut, all that stuff. But the RE2 and 3 specifically are at a reasonable price right now, and there's still a couple more days. I don't know where the auctions will end, but that's why the auction is a good, you know, you can kind of gauge where you want to stop, or if you want to continue to do that. So yes, check out Uncle Bill's links right there in the chat. And you know, if you're watching this in post, then I will also be posting them in Discord. So if you, yeah, not much, just eating Sunnyside eggs and hot links over rice. Damn, that sounds delicious. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be on here for, like I said, another like half hour. So obviously, if you guys want to ask any more questions, ask away. Anything RE related, Keeper's Diary related, all that good stuff. I'll be here to answer. And yeah, I'll make sure I share these out in Discord forum later. But yeah, so as far as updates and everything, like I said, I mean, I kind of went over a lot of stuff here. Like I said, the Summer of RE, I'm going to be streaming a little bit this week, up until Thursday. I have a couple. Eating like a man, says David R. What's up, David R? Yeah, there's going to be a couple things that I'm going to be dropping in the next month, which will be cool. Some videos that I've been kind of just silently, you know, kind of organizing and piecing together in my head. And like I said, I've been trying to, you know, do the podcast, you know, a couple times a month, a little bit more. Even if I, you know, want to try to get some other people on. It was really awesome to have Andrew and Charlie on. So check out that podcast if you have not yet, because it was an awesome show and interview. And yeah, I'm going to get more people on. I'm going to work on some more videos, some different VOD related content. And yeah, I try to just work on it and then put it out when it's done. And it's like, boom. It's like coming out of the shadows and just blah. Here it is. Instead of talking about it and saying I'm going to do stuff and then some things just never get done. I'm done doing that. Not that I always did that, but like sometimes I would talk about things and then things just changed or my mind changed and just like it just I never went in certain directions or worked on certain things. But this time it's going to be like once I put out these couple videos, you guys will be like, "Okay, this is kind of where I'm going with some of the video related content here on the channel because I have to kind of think broader and more like long term as well." So, um yeah, I had some PS2 games, but I was able to get 260 for that includes Silent Hill 2 and 3 and use that 260 to help buy the PS5. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, they're worth a lot. The Silent Hill games specifically are worth a lot. So, and the Resident Evil games too. I mean, they're all going up in price, so we need to play Texas Chainsaw together. Hell yeah, man. We do. I mean, it's crossplay. The one thing I like about this is crossplay. So unlike Friday the 13th, where I did like Friday the 13th, but it lacked the crossplay support. And yeah, I really am enjoying that game though. It's fun. I mean, it takes some getting used to, and there's still like things that I'm not good at in that game, but I'm trying. Like I'm trying to play more, and like I'm finally getting around to reading the S.T.A.R.S novels, starting with Caliban Cove. It's a news story so far. Cool. Oh hell yeah, man! The S.T.A.R.S. I love those novels so much. And a lot of people for years have been asking me to do content covering those novels. I love them so much, but why have I never done like, content on it or talked about it? Well, don't worry. That kind of thing will be changing. Like I said, you'll see what I mean by that. RWK, what's up? Hope you're well. Yeah, so yeah, I love the SD Perry novels so much, and such a great like just memory that I have of kind of finding them and getting into them, and especially the old covers. I mean, the old covers are the best way to get them. I mean, getting them is better than nothing, but I'm happy that the old covers really kind of capture that late 90s, early 2000s vibe, and I really like that. Yeah, and Caliban Cove, yeah, being Rebecca's story. Yeah, that and Underworld are like the two new kind of stories that were kind of written from her era of writing those books. And Caliban Cove is probably the better one of those two, but it's still cool that, if you're looking to kind of get into the new stories, um, check out Caliban Cove and Underworld. But even when you read the first one and the Umbrella Conspiracy and then City of the Dead, uh, you'll appreciate what she did differently, you know. Let's see here. That way I could play everything, all consoles, all franchises. Yeah, man. Play it all. I like Underworld for the Cleon tones. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Yeah, the old covers are way better. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, what they were thinking with the new covers, but I mean, if people want to just get it to read it, because the content within them are the same, they don't take anything out, but it's just, I don't know. I like aesthetically, I like how they look on the shelf. I like the spines. I like the different color logos. Um, and I remember going into Borders Books and getting the other ones. The first one I got off of eBay in about 2007, and then I went back and got the other ones because they were still around at that time to find. Yeah, Back from the Dead. Definitely check out the other ones. I think you'll like it. I'm a fan of Nintendo more than any other gaming franchise, so I'm going to give them a chance for like one more year. Well, we'll see what they're doing with their new console, right? I want that RE3 copy, but I'm hardly ever to win bids. Well, you know, it's worth a shot, but I just wanted to kind of throw it your way. And, I'll put it in Discord after this as well so people know. And yeah, just want to help my buddy out a little bit. And, yeah, I'm really excited about talking about the novels because the novels are something that I love almost just as much as those early years of playing those games, because I just have such a great memory. Sorry about that. I had to plug in this cable again. Okay. Yeah, such great memories with those books, and yeah, I'm always down to go back and like reread them and to kind of do some homework on it, so to speak. Just started Underworld recently. So far, so good. Yeah, yeah, I definitely I like all of them. All of them are good. Heretic Anthem, what's up? So still can't believe the GameCube got the rights for the Resident Evil. Like it was crazy in the game industry. Yeah, man. And you know what? And they put out Remake, which is still my favorite Resident Evil remake of all time. And it's crazy how good that game still looks, man. If you play it on a CRT, you know. I tried reading City of the Dead a while back. Has a really dry start from the Europe stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's not too. I think once you get in the middle of it, it's pretty good. But is that your brother that's been on Game Complainers? Yes, he was filling in for me the last 2 weeks. I'm back this week, so he did me a solid, and I will be back. I'll be back Wednesday. RE or Underworld? Definitely RE if we're comparing it, but Underworld and RE kind of both got a little similar and crazy with how like over the top they were. You know what I mean? Um, yes, he's definitely funny. Yeah, I mean it's crazy to think that it was like RE was just on GameCube during that time, and I remember in my house, like we over the years we kind of accumulated all the consoles. Like we had a PS2 because my dad had one. Then Nick wanted the GameCube, so we had GameCube, and then uh, we got Xbox, you know what I mean, as well in 2003. So we got it a couple years later. But it was just cool to have everything eventually because then we were able to choose when things like that happened. So like Resident Evil was just on there. And we're like, all right, now I guess we're just going to play Ari on GameCube. All right, Halo's over here. We're going to go over to the Xbox. Okay, this is over here. We're going to go to PS. So like it just kind of worked out. Perry has a great channel and he's a funny guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, me and Perry go back a long way, and yeah, I'm very happy that we do Game Complainers every week, and I just was hanging out with them this past weekend. It was awesome. Uh, Thunder's Productions with the 5, and Nick Noguera with the $10 super chat. Back to back donations by top supporters and members. Thank you guys so much for the hype sticker and the support, guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, all that helps right now, so really appreciate that. So I've heard you've had a podcast. Could you share the link to that as well? I'm so needy. Well, I do have a podcast. Which one? I have a podcast here on this channel that's been going on since 2012. And I have a podcast um, every Wednesday that I did with Perry called the Game Complainers. So, which one were you talking about? Those are the two podcasts that I'm regular, like I'm a regular on. Like, I mean, clearly on Game Complainers I'm a co-host. On here I am just the host, but I have different people on from time to time. Sometimes I do solo shows or whatever it is, but through the years I've had countless people on. But yeah, those are the two main podcasts I do. I don't do a third one yet, really, but that might be changing soon in terms of like if I do something on the film channel talking about movies or something, then I'll probably be doing a lot more podcasts than I think. But yeah, we didn't know what happened to the because it was funny. We're hanging out, and Frank was like, "Yeah, do you remember King or Eddie?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, he's back." I was like, "Really? He's back? We didn't know what happened. Now you're back. The King is back." Village was more underworld than RA. Yeah, I mean, all kind of got out of whack at some point. He says, "Yeah, I back. The King is not dead. Can't kill the King. Eddie is alive." Well, thank you, man. Thank you for still sticking with us, and yeah, thanks for being here. Because we appreciate the community and the people that come on and just say hello, and even if you don't even say anything and you just have us on in the background, like all that stuff helps, and just people returning keeps us going. It keeps the stuff here going, keeps the stuff on Game Complainers going, keeps everything going. So it's like we wouldn't be here for streaming to zero people or zero viewers. You know what I mean? We need some kind of interaction, um and so again, I'm just very grateful that everybody's come together in the past X amount of years of that us just doing different things. Um, have you seen Cesario and the sequel? No, I have not. Abdul, what's up? Hey, Anthony, I think Capcom have a big opportunity to make the fandom happy while making millions. I mean, I don't know why there isn't an RE Classic trilogy. Am I the only one here? No, Abdul. I think a lot of people share that same thing. I think a lot of people um, would like to see that happen. I know people are, very like they're in tune with the remakes, I should say. But I think a classic trilogy, thing for people to play, people just to pop on and play. I think that still should be a thing, even if the remakes are out, because people should know where it came from. So yeah, I think that might happen. We got the Metal Gear Solid collection coming out, so hopefully if that sells like hotcakes, that will show developers like, free money. So and I know it might take them a little bit to port it and like make it into the collection, but they were all on PlayStation anyway. Sorry for the yawn. They were all on PlayStation anyway. The Resident Evil trilogy. So with Metal Gear, they're bouncing between different platforms and eras, and they still got it done. So, I'll give them that. So yeah, maybe we get that RE trilogy someday. And please turn off the slow chat. Fuck. Every time I have to send, I have to 1 second left and then have to retype it. Fuck. Well, I do the slow mode because, I don't want spam, but also so I can read everybody's comments. How's the thermal paste mafia, says David R. The LTRE, well, Build the Mansion. If you just go on the channel, it's on the channel. It's just called Let's Talk Resident Evil Podcast. But I can send the link to the playlist, but it's also on Spotify for free. It's on Spotify, it's on Libsyn, and it's on Apple Podcasts. So if you have any of them and you prefer, like I'm gonna paste the link to the playlist here in the chat. But if you prefer to look at your podcast on you know, on things that aren't YouTube. I know a lot of people do, because if you watch it on YouTube, you can watch it with the video. but I will send you the link to the playlist. Build the mansion. And Nick is gifting subs. David R. is now a member, courtesy of Nick. He says, I understand, and fuck me. All right. This one's for Build the Mansion. There you go, right there. That's the Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast playlist. And, yeah. It's everything is in order from release, top to bottom, top being the newest, bottom being the oldest. And there's years of content there, covering games, reviewing stuff, talking about different RE-related topics that were relevant when those episodes came out. And then also just definitive reviews and stuff throughout. But yeah. 2 and 3 Nemesis are not on PS4, PS5. Huge opportunity to port it over to handheld. We need to be vocal so that Capcom can demand it. I appreciate you, Anthony. Well, thank you, Abdul. I appreciate you too. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I think the fact that Director's Cut is on PlayStation, on the store, or on their service, I should say, and it's locked behind a subscription is a fucking tragedy. Like, that should not be a thing. You should be able to buy it individually or sign up for the thing, like Twisted Metal. And, so yeah, the store is a joke. So, like, they should have a lot more PS1 games. I know they have stuff on there now, but man, if you compare it to the PS3 store, it's like night and day. So they need to have more shit on there. And honestly, like, yeah, collection just needs to happen. Jeff says that would be amazing. Hope that happens sooner than later. And I'm hoping that there will be some RE news at Tokyo Game Show. Yeah. I mean, they never really show anything too big with RE Tokyo Game Show. I think the one thing they did one year was RE6 back in like 2011. You never know, Jeff M, though, right? With the classic trilogy or Tokyo Game Show. You never know. I mean, things could happen. But I think at this point, and this is my prediction, I'm just speculating, but I think nice Build a Mansion. You got it on Spotify. Well, there you go. See, it's wherever you check out podcasts. It's there. But yeah, so I know I'm just speculating, but I'm assuming that if they're going to announce something in the fall for Resident Evil, they can either A, do a Capcom event showcase or a Resident Evil showcase. And they literally don't even have to wait 2 weeks, or they can wait until 2 weeks before they go live to just say, hey, we're going live, because that's all they need nowadays. With all these companies doing their own events streamed, they're just going to do that. So whether it's Tokyo Game Show or not, I'm not too worried about Tokyo Game Show. However, Capcom can literally just say, hey, in 2 weeks we're doing an event. And then everyone's like, oh, shit, what's the event? And sometimes they say what they're talking about, and sometimes they stay secret when they got a big announcement. So they did that for RE4. They'll probably do that for the DLC or a new game that they announced. So who knows? I think the DLC, if they are going to do DLC, RWK, is early next year. Am I getting Alan Wake 2 day one? Yeah, I probably will be streaming that, to be honest with you. October will probably be, a little bit busy of a month for me because I'm shooting Keeper's Diary, and Alan Wake 2 is now coming out on the 27th. So it literally comes back as I'm coming back home. In fact, I'll still be filming on that day of the 27th. I think we're filming up until the 28th of October, and I still have to travel home. So, like, I will be streaming Alan Wake 2, but I can't say I'm going to be streaming it at launch, but probably right around Halloween time, I would hope. I know there's going to be a bunch of people streaming it, and I probably might miss that mark, but it's something that I'm interested in and I like to play. Yeah, hopefully there's something before the end of the year for Separate Ways, Jeff M. I would hope, but you never know, knowing Capcom. They might even wait a little bit longer. Who knows? Great stream. Keep up the great work. Thank you, King. Appreciate that. Let me just get a refill of my water real quick, and I will take some questions for another, 12 minutes. So while I step away, any other questions you got, put it in the chat now. We are filming in Michigan. Yes, Jeff M. All right. Sorry about that. Had to make sure James was fed. Um, Tormented Souls 2. Yes, that is coming. I saw that. Right? Tormented Souls 2. I'm excited for that. Um, I really did enjoy Tormented Souls 1. So, Nico. Hey, Aunt, great stream. What are your thoughts on Village DLC Shadows of Rose, the return of third person camera? Be a sign that RE9 is leading into there. Yeah, I think that's kind of where they're leaning. The Shadows of Rose DLC I just thought was okay. You know, um, it was scaled down a little bit in its nature, but it was also a little bit more like over the top because of the Mega Mycete and the going into the consciousness of that and everything. It was a little more like weirder, dreamier kind of, you know. But I mean, I'm at least happy it wrapped up the winter story in that, like, you know, in that book, in that story, you know, so to speak. So now we can kind of move on to it. It wasn't the worst DLC I ever played, but I don't really have initiative to go back and, like, you know, play it or anything like that, you know. Once I completed it, I was kind of done. You know, I got all the trophies and I was done. So, wasn't the worst DLC. Don't really know if it was worth the wait, but it was fun. Like the Mercenaries updates were fun, so that was at least worth the wait. And the third person mod for, I guess, you know, the main game was worth the wait too, because that is kind of a cool way to play it for people that just aren't into the first person thing anyway. You know what I mean? But some people just prefer to play third person. But yeah, Tormented Souls 2, I did really enjoy the first game. Uh, I'm excited to check out the the sequel day one. You know, whenever it comes out. The fact that they're making a second one is pretty interesting. You know, because I'm like, okay, I guess they made. I mean, there was some room there for a sequel, but I guess they were like, oh, we'll just, you know, we'll keep it going. The fact that they had, you know, fixed camera angles in the current and modern day games is pretty cool. Yeah, I feel like they might make it optional. Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like I feel like they might do third person, but yeah, I didn't really want to get my words twisted there with saying that. Yeah, they won't give you an option, because I feel like at this point they might just give you the option, and you know, like the VR is something that they're going to keep utilizing with their Resident Evil games that are first person. So I feel like that's going to be, you know, a big thing too, is like they might keep it both perspectives, and then they can do VR if they decide to later, because I mean, look what they're doing with RE4, you know. So um so that could easily be a thing where they just keep it both options, keep both fans happy, or might do one or the other. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do. It's interesting that Rose was only DLC, and I'm sorry, only third person for the DLC. And then with the main game, you had the choice of first or third person, but then Rose was only third person. So it's like, why didn't they give you an option for that? And it's very interesting. I mean, obviously they probably designed it around the, you know, third person over the shoulder thing for like what was happening and the environments and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not really sure, um, you know, what they're gonna do next. But probably both, or one or the other, uh, or one including VR. Because once that, because the VR thing now, again, with the PlayStation VR, I just think it's way too fucking expensive, because a lot of people were asking me about it, and obviously, you know, I could just be like, all right, you know, but the price drop needs to happen before I play it. I mean, it would be content on the channel, but man, I don't know. I'd have to fund a PSVR 2 thing, and it's like at this point I got to worry about my PC, so I'm going to worry about all that stuff first. And the RE4 VR doesn't really have a release date yet anyway. They're just working on it. But if I had to guess, it's probably going to be with the RE4 DLC Gold Edition update that they probably will have, and that will be, enabling that mode. And just kind of like how the mode was kind of a simple update for Village, they'll probably do the same thing where it'll just be a simple update for 4 Remake, and then you can just put on the headset and be ready to go. But a headset that's, pretty much the price of the console plus tax is just not. I just don't think that's very smart, and I don't really think there's a lot really on it to justify the price. Even with 4 Remake on there, I don't really, in Village, obviously, I don't really see a full reason why you got to spend that money on that full price unless they, give it a price drop, bundle it with something. But even then, it's like, man, like that is just a bummer. Now, I did like the Quest too, and you guys donated for that, and we streamed Resident Evil 4, probably one of my favorite versions of the original Resident Evil 4, and yeah, it's still so much fun to this day. So that was really fun. I think it will eventually, Jeff M, if it doesn't sell as well, because the first one, when it came out, I was at Best Buy at the time, and they were having a hard time trying to, move units, and it was basically just because the price was like $400 at first, and then they dropped it even lower, and then some people eventually, but it took a while. It took a long time, and even then, they just didn't have the catalog on there to keep it interesting and refreshing. And, I finally wanted to play RE7, so I got a VR unit off of Perry. And then I streamed Resident Evil 7 for you guys, and that was really fun. I did like the VR. I mean, the PSVR, I had more problems with motion sickness on that than I did the Quest 2. And then the Quest 2 significantly improved the, motion settings and everything like that, so that really helped. So, yeah, I think that it took me to get a little bit to get used to. But then when I saw the Quest 2, I was like, okay, but the Quest 2 is reasonable. Like, that was still like 400. And that was like reasonable, pretty reasonable. Or I think it was like 300 or something like that. 300 or 400, something like that. But, if it was just for Resident Evil 4 for me, then that's fine. I mean, I've played it since then. I've gotten a couple other things on there. I don't always play it, but I have it there for RE4, and I have it there for content if I want to stream it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I got it for you guys. You guys wanted to see it. We donated it. You guys donated for it, and we did it. Yeah, RE7 was one of the only reasons to really get it, because it was one of the only like full games that really like supported it, where the other ones just kind of seemed like I know there was a little bit of I guess some full gameplay type games that weren't 4 hours, but some of them were just 4 to 6 hour stuff, or things that weren't really like a full game. It was just like a simulator or whatever it was. But yeah, it just wasn't really worth all that much. But I don't know. We'll see what Capcom does, and we'll see what everyone else does going forward with the VR and how they utilize it. We shall see. But yeah, I just want to thank all you guys for coming in the chat and chatting it up today. Today was just a lightweight light stream. But I'm going to be back tomorrow with some games. I got to post some stuff on the if you're a member or a Patreon supporter, there's going to be an extra show coming up. So I'm going to do that, or upload that. And thank you, Thunders, for the donations. Jeff M, Thunders again, and Nick Noguera for the 10 and the gifted membership. David R is now a member. Thank you guys for donating. Thank you guys for making Keeper's Diary possible. And yeah, just thank you so much for all the support in the community. It's a great time. I think they're doing some kind of stream on Friday on Residents of Evil. It seems like a celebration stream once the funding is done. And I think he said 5. It's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will not be on it, but definitely check out that stream. I'm sure you guys will if you're already subscribed, because they're going to be talking and just hanging out about that, and shooting the shit about that. So I would have been on there if I was free, damn it, but I will be busy. But nonetheless, yes, thank you guys again. and I'll be back tomorrow with your normal broadcast of a game and a live stream. So stay tuned for that, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.